Good morning to all of our participants, to all the grade 12 students across Davao region and also SOC Sergeant. Good morning, everyone, to this live webinar for Arts and Sciences. We welcome you all, and this is Glenn Louis Banoy, the Information Assistant of the University of Mindanao. As of this moment, I would like to ask everyone if you can hear me well, kindly type 1 in the chat box. Okay, so at this moment, have a singing of the Philippine national anthem and to be followed by the national and the prayers to be led by the University of Mindanao Chorale.
Many nights we've cried when no proof anyone could hear. In our hearts a harmful sound we barely understood. Now we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. We were moving mountains long before we knew we could. There can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is frail, it's hard to who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe somehow you will when you in this time of fear and prayer so often proves in vain, hope seems like the summer voices swiftly float away. Yet now I'm standing here, my heart so full I can't explain, seeking faith and speaking words I never thought I'd
kayang magiliw, pero sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisingil. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simuya, sa langit mamagha, may dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng matawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning, ang bituing at araw niyang kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng wala di pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang iligaya ng pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Okay, once again, good morning to all our participants, the grade 12 students across Davao Region and SOC Sargent. So first of all, in behalf of the University of Mindanao, we are very grateful with the advisors and also of the immersion teachers for allowing these students and also to you students for your participation and for your efforts to join our webinar for this morning. Okay, so I would like to request to kindly type down your strand and school name in our chat box, and also to our participants in YouTube, kindly utilize the comment box section. Type down your strand and your school name so that your school will be recognized. I think may isa na nag-comment kanina from TNHS. Correct me if I think that's from Tarragona National High School. We also have here Humes from Carmen National High School. We have from private school, Philippine Nikijingkai International School of Davao. So we also have participants from Pantukan National High School. Compostela National High School. Okay, our participants are from different senior high schools in Davao region. We have also Bartolome, our Luardo National High School. I think this is the Mulig National High School dati. Their new name is Bartolome, our Luardo National High School. And we have Alabel National High School, Kidawa National High School. So once again, welcome everyone to our live webinar for Arts and Sciences. Okay, so I think without further ado, let's proceed to our speakers, and I'll show to you the flow of our program for this morning. We have three speakers. The first speaker will discuss about the pre-employment requirements, and our third speaker are from the Arts and Sciences program. They will discuss about the career guide to various arts and sciences programs and gearing towards career paths in arts and sciences. And for everyone's information, kindly listen very well to our speakers because we will be having our Menti game and we will select 5 winners for each round. So you have to listen carefully because right after the speaker, we will be having our game. So is everyone ready? And I think everyone's ready na now. So let's start with our first speaker. He will discuss about the pre-employment requirements so that you will be ready in writing cover letter, resume during your pre-deployment. So we have our speaker from the External Relations International Affairs Office. He is the Vice President. Please help me welcome Dr. Reynaldo C. Castro.
Thank you very much, Glenn. Good morning to our senior high school students. And I think this is the 7th or 8th batch of our immersion webinar program. No? And today we have the Arts and Sciences program. So I think most of our participants are from the UMS, no? UMS strand. And my topic, I have 3 topics today. First is that I'm going to share to you how are you going to prepare a winning cover letter or application letter and resume. These 2 important documents are necessary in the first stage of your application process. And these are the requirements, no, important for you to proceed to the next level of your application, which is the interview. So I also going to discuss about how are you going to ace in your job interview, senior high school students. And third, some things that you need to observe and avoid in your social media posts. All right. So the first two topics, let's going to watch video presentation. Let's watch this. Hi to all our students in CAID 500 and welcome to our second video. Today we are going to talk about two important things in your CAID 500 and in your application process. Writing a cover letter, or popularly known as application letter and resume. First, why write a cover letter? I'd like to cite three reasons. First is that because you have earned a formal education, a formal baccalaureate degree, you need to show to your potential employer that you can write and that you can communicate well. That's why you have to write an application letter or a cover letter. Second is that you have to highlight your particular skills, your past work history, or other areas that are specific to the job that you are applying. You have to think of it as a quick sales pitch. And third reason is that you have to set yourself apart from the competition. Remember this, in one position, there's a dozen or two of you applying for that position. And therefore, the first level of assessment of your potential employer is your application letter. So, how are you going to write a winning cover letter? These are our tips. First, you have to write there the date. Don't forget the date. And when you are going to write your application letter, you are going to follow the American English style. So you start with the date, for example, September 10, 2020, not 10 September 2020. The next one is that you have to write the name of the addressee. Maybe the HR manager or the president of the organization. If you don't have any idea of the name of the HR manager or to whom you're going to address the letter, then you have to exert extra effort. You can visit the company, you can give them a call, and ask from them to whom you can address your application letter. If you're going to visit the company, then tell the HR office. Normally, you have to proceed to the HR office and ask the people there in the HR that you're interested to submit an application letter, and you're going to inquire from them to whom you're going to address the letter. So get the complete name, the exact position of the person, and of course the name of the company and the address. So that's how you're going to do it. For example, you have Miss Joanne T. Santos, HR manager. Oops, you also have to make sure that Joanne Santos is the HR manager because she might be the VP for HR. And by writing there, HR manager, you have demoted the person. So it's already a demerit in your part. So you have to make sure what's the exact position of the person. So let's go back to that. Miss Joanne T. Santos, HR manager, XYZ Corporation, Ponciano Street, Davao City. That's it. And then you have the opening. You say, Miss Santos, colon. Do not write Dear Miss Santos because remember that your application letter is a formal style of communication, and writing the word Dear Miss Santos reduces the formality of your communication unless you are very close to that person. So you write there Miss Santos colon. In your first paragraph, you have to mention how did you get to know about the information of the position, whether you get the information from a friend or somebody who's working in the organization, or maybe you have read that somewhere in the local paper, then you can cite that in your first paragraph and your interest of applying for the position. So for example, you would say, I've read in the local paper, Mindanao Times, dated September 4, 2020, that your company is in need of accounting staff. I wish to apply for the position. All right? So you have there the information and your interest. Why is it's important that you cite the information? Because it's also significant to the company whether the promotion that they have had is working for them. Uh, and it's giving them an output. It's giving them effective promotion of their job opening. The second paragraph of your application letter, you can write there your experience. Two things, no? One is your work experience related to the position that you are applying. And second, what are the attributes, work attributes that you possess which you think are significant in the performance of the function. And in the third paragraph of your application letter, you can write there, you can open doors for further meet and greet of the HR or of the interviewer, because you cannot tell everything in your resume and in your application letter. So you can say there that I wish to share more of my qualifications at your most convenient time. I can be reached at your contact number or your email address. And then you can close the letter by saying sincerely or respectfully yours. I suggest do not write very truly yours, because Tagalog mo yung very truly yours, ako iyong buong buo, no? It's not very formal. Again, I'd like to remind you that your application letter is a formal style of communication. So after closing, don't forget your name and then your signature. Voila! You have your winning cover letter. Last video, last discussion, we talk about how are you going to write a winning cover letter. And today, partner with your cover letter is the resume. We're going to talk about how are you going to write a winning resume. The resume is your personal brochure to market yourself. It should give your potential employer a quick view of what you can do for them. So for new graduates just like you can list your accomplishments in school. Do not worry about not having any accomplishments or work-related accomplishments. You can pick out those school accomplishments that show responsibility, reliability, cooperative spirit, and the like. That's why you have to make the most of your experience while you are still in the university. You can cite those experiences that you have with extra and co-curricular activities, your membership to various academic or non-academic student organizations. So what are the suggested format or tips in writing your resume? This is how are you going to do it. You start, of course, with the most important thing, followed by with the less important, and so on and so forth. So what you can start is you write your name, your full name, your address. You have to be specific in your address. You have to write there the street, the house number, purok, and barangay. Why you have to be specific in your address? Because these potential companies of yours, they're going to make a background investigation, and one way of doing that is to visit your barangay or your residence. They're going to talk to your purok leader or to your barangay leaders, no? What are your participations, or are you really residents of that area? Then after you address, another important information that you have to provide there in your resume are your contact number and your email address. These two are important, especially in giving you feedback on the status of your application. And, you know, your companies, potential companies, they don't believe that you don't have any email address or contact number because we are in a generation of technology. So you really have to make sure that you have a functional email address and your contact number is really yours. The next one is you have to write a summary statement. A summary statement is a gist of who you are in terms of your potential to the company, in terms of what you can contribute to the company, in terms of your competence, whether you can perform to the function or not. So, two things. When you're going to write your summary statement, let's go back to the second paragraph of your application letter. I said that when you write your second paragraph in your application letter, there are two things that you are going to highlight there. One is your work-related experience, and the other one is the attributes. No? What are the attributes that you possess that are related to the performance of the function or the requirements of the position? So that's the summary statement. Later on, I'm going to show a sample summary statement. How are you going to write it? The next one is your work or school related experience or OJT experience. Now, if you're a working student, then you can write there, but you have to make it sure that your work experience during the time that you're still in the university are related to the position or to the requirements of the company, or your OJT experience, of course, for sure, are related to the requirements also of the potential company that you're applying to. So you have to cite that in your resume. The other one is that what are the job responsibilities that you have had in your internship or in your OJT experience? And I think it's there in your OJT manual, the manual that your OJT coordinators are giving to you during the time that you have your OJT. So you can copy those and include that in your resume because those are specific assignments that you have had during your OJT. And the other one is your accomplishments or your recognitions or your achievements when you were here in the university. If you have, for example, participation in a community extension, because it speaks about volunteerism, it speaks about you being a team player, no? And your exposure to other staff, that during the time that you're in the university, you're not just a plain student, but you also engage yourself to other or various or related activities that can at least bolster your experience, your qualification, and your competence. The last one is, of course, your education. So you see there's nothing there in your resume. You do not put anything that are not relevant to the position that you're applying to. No? There's nothing there that asks you about height, weight, and religion. That's why when you write your resume, you have to tailor fit the content of your resume based on, number one, on your competence, on your qualifications, on the things that you possess that you can offer to the company. And second, tailor fit the content of your resume based on the requirements of the company. That's why I suggest do not buy the ready-made biodata form that you can buy in the bookstore nor in store, because there are information that you may not be included, no, in your resume, and which are actually relevant to the position that you are applying to. So that's how are you going to write your resume. Remember this, in a gist, when you write your resume, 7 things that you have to remember, or you have to make it sure that these 7 things are there in your resume. Number 1, what can you do for me? When you write your resume, when you prepare your resume, you have to make it sure that this question is being answered in the content and substance of your resume. Second, do you have the skills I'm looking for? Third, where have you worked before? It's also important that you have to cite your work experience, the company that you had, your internship, your OJT, because aside from it was an opportunity for you to apply the learnings that you have learned from the university, for sure your work or internship experience have developed you have improved your soft skills, some of your soft skills. Like for example, work attitude skills, the ability for you to follow deadlines and instructions from the company, like wearing proper uniform, wearing an ID, coming to work on time, following the rules and regulations of the company. Those are very important stuff. Although sometimes we said that those are simple stuff, but those are very relevant stuff. Number four, is your experience relevant to my needs? Number five, do you have the right education and credentials? So you see, question number four and question number five are related to each other, which means that whether you have this experience or education and you're applying to a position that's quite different from the training and the experience that you have, you know, give that to those people who have the relevant experience and training. Question number six, what kind of person you are. So it's important that you also have to highlight your soft skills, your personal attributes, and last but not the least, where can I contact you? I overly emphasize the relevance of your email address and your contact number because, as I said, that whenever there's a need for you to report immediately or submit additional documents or papers relevant to your application, this is the fastest way of the company telling you about those stuff. So I hope that with that information, you can start writing your resume. So there you have it. Senior high school students, you have learned the importance of writing an application letter and resume. And I'd like to emphasize that uh, the purpose of writing a resume is for you to get an interview. The company that you are applying for will not hire you based on what you have written in your resume, but you will receive a call for interview because of the impressive content of your resume. So this time, let's talk about how are you going to ace in your job interview. No? And sige, sandali. Hala, 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 hala. Where is my, wait, share screen. There you go. Okay. Okay. All right. So, as I said, that you might be wondering why you were not scheduled for interview after submitting your resume. Very simple answer. Your resume is not impressively written. No? It does not, impress the interviewer, the hiring officer, or the organization, especially on the requirements of the position. But if you will receive a call for interview, so congratulations, your resume and your application letter are impressive. You have impressed the taste and interest of the interviewer. So this time, let's talk about interview. And if the resume, the purpose of that is for you to get an interview, the purpose of the interview is for you to get the job. That's why equally important, no, very crucial is your performance during the interview. That's why if you notice during beauty contest, Miss World, Miss Universe, you see that the candidates have been going through so many competitions, gown, talent competition, national competition, and you see the final competition is the Q&A. And in the Q&A, there the judges will determine who deserve to receive the crown. So same thing as the application, as the job application. No? The interview is the deciding factor. So what makes the interview the deciding factor? Because you know how the candidates behave during the interview in terms of verbal and nonverbal communication are often seen as an indicator of how they will perform once they will be considered for the position. So kung ano yung reaction ninyo, yung pagsagot ninyo, at saka yung inyong mga nonverbal communication, whether you are confident, no, or nervous. Pag confident ka kasi, you are giving an impression that you know the requirement of the position and that if you will be hired, then you can perform the function very well. So how are you going to ace in your job interview? One tip there is that you have to prepare. It says here that preparation is half the battle. How are you going to prepare? One is that you anticipate the questions because job interview questions are the same over and over again. So my question doon, bakit hindi mo masagot? After all, ang purpose lang naman ng interview, ang pinaka-purpose lang naman ng interview is that they want to know whether you are knowledgeable and you are competent to perform the job. No? Another thing is that the more you know about the purpose of the interview and the organization, the better your response to the questions. So they are also interested, the hiring officer, the interviewer is interested to know whether you have an advanced knowledge, a prior knowledge, if you did an advanced research about their company. Kasi gusto mo mag-apply sa kanila, di ba? Gusto mo mag-work sa kanila. So ina-assume na nila ngayon that ikaw nagbabasa ka na, no, nagtatanong ka na about the products and services of the company, their vision and mission, no. Pareho lang gud yan ng mga lalaki, di ba? May nagustuhan kayo ng mga girl or yung mga babae bago ninyo sagutin yung mga nanligaw sa inyo, you have to know first the likes, the interest of that person and try to see whether the likes and interest of that person match with your interest also, 'di ba? Alangan naman sagutin mo or mag-explore ka sa isang tao na hindi kayo pareho ng gusto, 'di ba? So, pareho din 'yan sa isang application process. So, generally, during job interview, what are the questions to be asked by the interviewer, no? Why they ask those questions? One is that basic, no, and the most important there is that they want to ask questions about your ability to perform the job. So they they want to make it sure that if they will hire you, if they will consider you for the position, you can perform the job. For example, if there's a need for you to use a machine, an equipment, like for example, I think we have multimedia arts, no, talk later on after my talk. 'Di ba sa multimedia arts kailangan mo magamit ng mga language sa computer, sa mga layouting and recording and editing, no, and the like, 'di ba? So ang punto doon is that if you're applying for a media arts related career or profession, do you have the knowledge, no? Can you like use or operate an equipment, a machine, or use a software if there's a need for you to do that, no? So your ability to perform the job is the first question there, no, the most important question. And if you have the competent, if you have the skills, if you have the knowledge, therefore the next question is your fitness in terms of your culture and your personality, no, your adaptability to the organization. All right, kaya mo ba makipag work, makipag-mingle with other people, no? Do you have that team player attitude, okay, or characteristic in you, no? Na pwede ka mag-work with other staff, with other employees in the organization. Third one is your motivation and enthusiasm. Ikaw ba yung taong merong career goals sa buhay? Alright? That's why tinatanong ka, pwede ka tanungin ng hiring officer na, how do you see yourself in 10 years, in 15 years? So, the hiring officer is very interested to know whether you have career ambitions, career goals. When you respond to that question, dapat hindi ka lang very personal no nasasabihin mo that I see myself in 15 years having a family of my own with 3 kids. You know, if that's your answer, then the hiring officer will ask himself, saan na kami doon sa iyong sagot? Saan na kami sa iyong 15 years, 'di ba? Okay? And then your past accomplishments and how these accomplishments that you have help the organization. So for example, were you involved in several school activities, in extra and co-curricular activities? Because if you have this kind of experience, it will give an impression to your potential employer, to the interviewer, that you have good exposure, di ba? Ang dami mo experience, meron kang leadership and management experience, nakapag-involve ka sa isang project, no, sa iyong organization, all right? So, importante na estudyante pa kayo ngayon, make the most of your experience, of your stay in school, all right? Because sa isang trabaho, sa isang bakanting position, there's going to be a dozen or two, no, more than 15, more than 20 of you applying in the position. So ang question nun is that, what makes you different from the other applicants? And isang pwedeng sagot dyan is that, in your school activities and organization. And another thing is that, pabalik-balik ko sinasabi, knowledge of the company. Importante na kung mag-apply kayo sa isang company or sa isang agency, government ba yan or private ba yan, pag-aralan ninyo kung anong goods or anong products and services ng company na yan, ano ang kanilang vision and mission, ano ang kanilang core values, all right? And of course, your communication skills. So when we say communication skills, it doesn't mean only the ability to speak using an English language, no, but is your ability to express yourselves, no, to relay a message. If you have received a message, no, or an information, something, and your ability to process this information and relay this one to other people, all right? Okay. So generally, kung ating isa-summarize, ano ba talaga ang mga question during job interview? There are three. One is that questions about, can you do the job? So when you say, can you do the job? Again, these are the questions about testing your skills, your talents, your abilities, and your competencies. Kung, as I said, kung kailangan mo maggamit ng computer, language ng computer, no, yung fax machine, anong equipment yan, marunong ka ba nun? Alright? Second, if you have the ability and if you are competent to perform the job, the other question is that, will you do the job? So these are questions about your interest, your motivation, and your right values to work. And third is that, questions about, will you fit in the company and culture? So these are questions relating to your interpersonal skills, your adaptability, and your positive work attitude. Okay? So what are some of the common job interview questions during your hiring process, during your application process? Well, first, basic, pinakaunang tanong sa inyo is, tell us something about yourself. Introduce yourself. No? Who are you? Tell me something about yourself. All right. So if that's the question of the interviewer, I suggest that do not be too personal or long-winded. Why this question is being asked? Because the interviewer or the hiring officer is very interested to know your strengths, no, your experience, your accomplishments related to the position. And when you say specific strength or accomplishment, no, that you have, or attribute that you have which you think is relevant to the position, then you cite an example or a situation, because you know your attributes, no, your strengths cannot be remembered by the interviewer after the interview session, no. Pag sinasabi mo ikaw yung taong team player ka, hardworking ka, all right, um anong tawag doon, no, kahit anong mga attributes meron ka, no, or driven by career goals ka, no, sinasabi mo ganun ang attributes mo, these things will not be remembered by the interviewer. So ano ngayon ang ma-remember nila? Yung iyong experience na ginashare, yung example na ginashare. So during deliberation, kung sino ngayon ang pipiliin nila, maalala nila ngayon na itong aplikante na to may ganitong experience, nag-share siya, o di ba? Okay. Another thing is that, what do you know about our company? So as I said, that this is very important. You want to join the company, and we would like to assume, if I am an interviewer, I would like to assume that you did an advanced research, advanced reading, and advanced investigation about our company, and that's why you are here. Because after your advanced investigation, advanced reading, and advanced research, prior research about our company, you find out that there is a match, no, of your interest to the vision and mission and core values of the organization. All right? So, pero kung wala, sasabihin mo, why do you want to work in our company? Eh wala, kasi ma'am, nag-hiring kayo and that's why I'm here. O hindi pwede ganun, no? So dapat magbasa talaga kayo, and in your case, Gen Z kayo, di ba? Information are right at your fingertips. So pwede niyo i-search sa kanilang website kung ano ang organization, ano ang kanilang products and services. All right? Other question is that, what is your greatest weakness? All right? Anong weakness mo as a person? All right? Why is it that this question will be asked during job interview? All right. If I am the hiring officer, I am not interested of your weakness after all. But why is it that I am asking this question, or why is it that interviewer will ask this question to you? Because number one reason is they want to know whether you have the ability to acknowledge that you are not a perfect human being. All right? That you are not perfect, that you have room for mistakes. And second thing is that um, you know your weakness and how you were able to overcome that weakness and probably turn that weakness into something positive, or have developed do you were able to develop a positive attitude, positive attribute or characteristics out from that weakness of yours. You know what I mean? Nakuha niyo ba ang punto ko, no? So it's not good that when you are asked, what is your greatest weakness? Pang Miss Universe na sagot or pang Miss World, sinasabi nila that, no, I don't have any weakness because I believe that what I have, where I am today and all the achievements that I have, uh, I will not achieve all those if I have weakness, no? Minsan ganun ang mga sinasagot, di ba? So that's an arrogant sounding answer in a question like this, all right? So pwede niyo sagutin that ang gawin ninyo, identify your weakness at paano ninyo ngayon ino-overcome yung weakness na yon. So ako halimbawa i-share ko sa inyo, ang weakness ko, I hate to be stuck in a traffic kasi impatient ako na tao, especially in the morning. So if I drive from my bahay going to my office at nata-traffic ako, no, na-stuck ako sa traffic, pagdating sa office, parang ayaw ko na mag-work. That situation will ruin my entire day and I will not be productive, 'di ba? So weakness 'yon. So ang ginagawa ko dahil ganun ako, naiinis ako ma-stuck sa traffic, maaga ako umaalis sa office, all right? At pagdating ko sa office dahil hindi ako na traffic, very productive ako and I can assure you that, I can finish almost all my tasks for the day, 'di ba? So may weakness ka, nakita mo na weakness yon at ginawaan mo ng paraan para hindi siya ma-remain as weakness mo. Okay? So I hope senior high school students were able to get that. Another thing is that, do you have any question? Well, it's a job interview, although the interviewer is there asking questions sa iyo bilang aplikante, but really a job interview is also a conversation. So when you say conversation, hindi siya one-way process na isang tao lang ang pwede magtanong. Okay? So you also ask question because if you're not going to ask any question during job interview, it will also again give an impression that you are not interested really, no, in the position and in joining the company. So anong mga potential question na pwede ninyong itanong? Pwede kayo magtanong about the work, 'di ba? About the company, and about where can you like make a follow-up if you are allowed to make a follow-up on the status of your application, or if there's an opportunity for you if you want to pursue further studies, no, if you will be hired by the company, is the company allowing their employees to pursue further studies, master's program, do you allow your employees to attend in trainings and seminars, especially those relating to the improvement of your skills and competencies? Okay? All right. What can you contribute most to our organization? Ito baka sabihin nyo, hala, contribute ma'am, nanong mag-amot, na di amutan, nag-apply good ko ma'am, kay wag ko'y kwarta, niya mag-amot di ay. No? It's not about you, giving money, no, to the company or to the organization. But why is it that this question is being asked? Because they want to know what experience, what strengths, what characteristics you possess, which are relevant and helpful in the performance of the function. So ang suggestion ko dyan, pag-aralan ninyo kung ano ang requirement ng position and see yourself in the mirror, ask yourself anong meron ka na sa tingin mo in case ikaw ang ma-hire sa trabaho. Alright? So I hope you were able to get that. Okay? Now, I'm going to present to you this one. There's a survey by PMAP. No? Ang PMAP kasi is an organization ng mga human resource managers. At alam niyo ang mga human resource managers, sila yung mga nag-i-interview, sila yung mga nag-hire ng mga applicants, di ba? Tinanong sila kung ano ang common interview mistakes ng mga aplikante. And I'm showing this to you. I'm sharing this to you because I want you to take note of this and don't do this when you are in a job interview. Topping the list is answering cellphone or texting, di ba? So, wag kayo magti-text or sasagutin yung inyong phone na nasa interview kayo, no? Di ba? So, ang gawin ninyo is silent mode ninyo ang inyong phone or switch off ninyo ang inyong phone. All right? Second in the list is dressing inappropriately. That's why part ng personality, part ng nonverbal communication is your personality, and personality is commonly based on the way you dress, no? Yung color na inyong suot, kung ano ang inyong attire for that interview, all right? The other one is appearing disinterested, appearing arrogant, appearing unprepared, no? Chewing gum, di pwede 'yon. Although ma-understand mo naman minsan yung iba mag-chew ng gum, no? Dahil natitense sila, and that's their way of coping yung kanilang tension na feeling, no, during job interview. But the other side, ang interpretation naman doon para kang kanding, no, na sige usap-usap sa imong chuga, sa imong gum. At second, dahil nag-chewing gum ka, natitense ka, hindi ka confident. Ang hinahanap natin yung confident na aplikante, di ba? Okay? Not providing specific answers and not asking good questions. Okay? So please take note of this, senior high school students, and when you're scheduled for job interview, avoid these things. Now, last in my topic is social media. It is very important in your application because, companies, HR, they do background investigation. They want to see whether ikaw as aplikante, lalo na kung potential ka talaga ma-hire, wala kang problema, no, sa community, wala kang kalaban na tao. Gusto ko malaman, gusto ko mag-investigate further about your personality, about your attitude, about your behavior, about who you are, that you are okay. Kasi minsan yung ibang mga tao pag apply, mabait, no? Pagpasok nila, yun, lalabas na ang tunay na kulay ng tao, di ba? So ayaw ng mga company yon. And one way of checking that is through your social media posts. So these are the three things that you should avoid, no? Major things. One is that writing negative posts. Ayan. Sample, galit ka sa PLDT or galit ka sa Globe kasi walang signal. Galit ka sa driver ng jeep, no? Kasi hindi ko alam, hindi ka sinuklian. Lahat ng problema na nasagasaan mo for that day, pinopost mo sa social media, and it will give an impression to your potential employer, to the hiring officer, that negative ka na tao. Diba? Tayo, ayaw natin yung mga tao na nag-graduate ng negative energy. Ikaw, ang mga post mo sa social media negative. Diba? So hindi pwede yun. No? Second is that ungrammatical posts or use of derogatory language. There's an impression that nakapag-eskwela ka, 'di ba? Sakto ka sa edukasyon, sakto ka sa training, and when you post something in the social media, you are careful, no, in your construction because you're about to enter the world of work, the world of profession. So ikaw, kung mali-mali ang mga post mo sa social media, it will also give an impression that if the company will hire you, same thing, no? Hindi ka careful, all right? Hindi ka careful. So, yung number one at saka number two, simple lang. Kung wala kang masabi na maganda sa ibang tao, sa mga politicians, no, sa mga organization, or kahit sino ang ginagalit mo, don't post that. Don't say anything. If you think that this one is not good, wag mo i-reveal, wag mo i-post somewhere. All right? Kasi paano kung ikaw 'yon? Hindi ka nga perfect, 'di ba? Sa tingin mo nagko-comment ka sa ibang tao, feeling mo perfect ka, 'di ba? So don't do that. All right? Okay. Kasi again, kung ano ang pino-post ninyo, reflection 'yan sa inyo. And third, all the posts that you have in your social media are all about you. So, anong impression ang maibigay mo sa potential employer mo pag ganun, no? 'Di ba? So ikaw yung tao na all about you, 'di ba? Gusto mo nasa pedestal ka, gusto mo na lahat ng spotlight nasa iyo. So what you can do is that the fact that it's a social media, then therefore you can also talk about social issues or things that are not also related about you. Like for example, if you have watched a series, a favorite series of yours, natapos mo ang Vicencio Casano and you want to say something about it, then you say something about the series that you have watched. Or kung may bago kang book na natapos basahin, then you say something about that, no? Gawa ka ng book review, gawa ka ng series review or movie review, or kung meron kang social issue na gusto i-discuss, then i-discuss mo in a nice, in a compelling and in a nice way. All right? So I think that senior high school students, you learn something from my talk. I hope hindi ako nagalag, Glenn, kasi I think may problema ako sa connection. Nagalag ba ako, Glenn? Baka
Yes,
wala
sir.
na sila na.
Pero
Nagalag
dili
ako?
pa kayo. Kanina.
Okay. So I hope that our senior high school students have learned something from my talk, and please continue to follow us, no, in the University of Mindanao. Follow us in our official Facebook page, University of Mindanao, in our Instagram, in our YouTube channel. You like, you subscribe our YouTube channel so that you will be updated in our video updates, no, video uploads. For those of you who are interested also to watch the other strand, the other colleges and programs in their lectures, in their immersion discussion, you can watch those in our YouTube channels. So thank you very much. Keep safe, everyone. God bless.
Thank you, Sir Ray. Thank you for the tips, no, and strategies on how to write a winning cover letter and resume. So this time, let's have a game. This is a menti.com game. So I hope everyone, no, is listening carefully. So here's the code number. So once naka-visit na kayo sa menti.com, you use the code 70659328. Again, 70659328. While waiting, let's read, no, some of our participants from our YouTube channel. We have participants from Merino School of Maniki and also Nabuntoran National High School. I think Nabuntoran yung pinaka maraming participants, no? And also from Mati National Comprehensive High School. Okay, so meron na tayong isang participant. Let's wait for our participants in YouTube since meron tayong 10 seconds delay. Okay, may dalawa na. Please include, no? Please include your school name sa inyong username so that your school will be recognized. Again, kindly include your school name sa inyong username. Just an abbreviation, pwede. I think meron din tayong participants from Kidapawan City National High School. Welcome to everyone. We have 6. Let's make it 20, then pwede na tayong mag-start na ating first round. 11, 12. Again, the winners will receive gifts and tokens from the University of Mindanao. Okay, we will start in 30 seconds. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, two, one. So let's start our first round. May nawalang tatlong participants. So maybe we can wait. Okay, so 15 na ulit. So let's start with our question number one. So make sure to answer fast to get more points. How long is the ideal resume? 1 to 2 pages, 4 to 5, or it depends on the job you're applying. Time's up, and the correct answer is 1 to 2 pages. So 12 answered correctly. Let's see. Let's see our leaderboard. I think we have Kari followed by Ted, Febril, Anjali, and Ariane. So next round, kindly include your school name so that your school will be recognized. So now leading to our second question. Again, make sure to answer fast to get more points. The objective of the resume is for the applicant to get hired. True or false? Okay, time's up. Walang tumama. The correct answer is false because the purpose of the resume is for the applicant to get interviewed. It doesn't mean that you have completed your or submitted your application letter and resume. You will be hired automatically. So, meron tayong second process, no? That is the interview. So, kapag nakapag-submit ka na, and the purpose of that resume is for you to get interviewed. That's why the answer is false. And the question is actually connected, no, sa ating
Glenn, baka dahil doon sa nagalag ako kanina.
at least pantay sila, sir. Walang changes sa ating leaderboard.
Oh, pero consistent kasi yan na question, no?
Yes, sir. Okay, so now let's have our question number 3. I hope may tumama na dito. The best applicant gets the job. True or false? Everyone has voted. At least, no, may dalawa. So this is connected to number 2. The best interviewed gets the job because the deciding factor is the interview. That's why the answer is false. So only 2 answered correctly. Let's see our leaderboard. I think this is from Marinol School of Maniki Incorporated. We have Joel. Our second, Kate is our fastest. Kaya siya ang ating top 1. So now let's have our fourth question. Which of the following should not be in your resume? Contact number, education, height, and religion. I think everyone has voted. Okay, very good. Everyone answered correctly. So let's see our leaderboard. Okay, si Jel ating fastest for this question. Now we have our last question. Will you do the job is a general question on the applicant's skills, motivation, or adaptability. Again, will you do the job? Hmm. only two. Siguro sir sa pagkalag ni mo na kanina. But if you will analyze now, will you do is a question of willingness. That's why the answer is motivation. The skills is can you do, meaning you have the skills, you have the competencies. So that's why only two of our participants answered correctly. And let's see our final leaderboard and we will reveal our top 5. Think may dalawa nakapasok. But still, our top 1 is Kate, followed by Angeli, Joel, Queen, and I cannot see the another winner. But please email me your contact information and your school name so that you will be instructed on how to claim your prizes. So once again, congratulations. And that concludes our discussion for the pre-employment requirements. So this time, another speaker. So we are lucky this morning because our speakers are one of the best faculty members of the College of Arts and Sciences Education. And we'll start by the first speaker who will discuss about the career guide to various arts and sciences programs. He is one of the faculty members of the Arts and Sciences program. Please help me welcome Professor Mark Jason Quario. Good morning, sir.
Hi guys, good morning. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. So let me just first share my screen for you so that we can officially start. Okay. Sir Glenn, should I be the one sharing my screen or should you be doing it on your end?
Sir, ikaw na lang po kasi may delay sa Zoom, sir.
All right.
Visible na po, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, so again, good morning, everyone. Again, my name is Mark Jason P. Quario. I am one of the professors under College of Arts and Sciences. I handle subjects related to language and literature. So this morning, I will be providing to you some career guide when it comes to choosing the right program that would be best suited to your desire of what you want to be in the future. And also, aside from that, I will also be talking on debunking some of the myths that is considered as like misconception to the field of arts and sciences. And for this discussion, we will also be discussing the objectives of our college, which is Arts and Sciences. Also, I will share to you the varied programs that our college is offering. And also, I'll share the process on the internship once you are already done with all your academic requirements and what do you do next after that. And lastly, as part of my presentation, I'll also be showing to you some of our partnered schools and industries and also organizations that are affiliated with the programs that we are offering in the university. So without any further ado, now let's start our talk on career guide to various programs in the arts and sciences. So first things first, let me share to you some of the myths about taking courses or programs related to arts and sciences. Number one, a lot of people actually think that only UMS graduate can only proceed to programs related to arts and sciences. Well, that is actually a very common misconception because our um our programs that we are offering under our college is actually very diversified. It can like its range can come from courses related to arts and up until to courses related to sciences. That is why it's called arts and sciences. So it's wrong to say that only senior high school graduates who took up UMS can proceed with arts and sciences. Um, as a matter of fact, we are actually offering a lot of programs that are in relation to science, and we have a lot of students who are a graduate from STEM strand, and not just actually STEM, even those who have like a change of heart after graduation when they were originally taking like ABM strand, and then you would be expecting that they're going to proceed to somewhat business related courses or accounting courses, but they have, a change of heart and proceeded to the field of arts and sciences, and that is perfectly okay. That is totally fine, because here in our college, again, we offer varied programs that you can actually think that would be best suited to your desire of profession in the future. So eradicate that kind of thinking that only humans can actually proceed to arts and sciences. So now the second myth that I want to debunk would be a lot of people think that graduates from programs related to arts and sciences do not have a very competitive salary, in comparison to the field or industries related to engineering, or those that are related to accountancy and whatnot. But here's the thing, there are actually a lot of professional fields that you can land on once you graduate, and you will be receiving even double what a civil engineer is earning, or what a CPA is earning. As long as you can continuously hone your craft and improve on what you do, you can definitely get, uh, a five digit salary in your paycheck. So stop thinking that when you are a graduate from the field of arts and sciences, you're not gonna be receiving or earning enough pay to like put food in your table, and even like have something left for your personal savings, or something for leisure. Because I know a lot of people who are graduate from arts and sciences and who are actually earning much than what I'm earning. So yeah. So the third myth that I want to debunk is that the field of arts and sciences only offer a very limited number of programs, and that when you are a graduate from arts and sciences, you're not going anywhere. Well, that is a very wrong kind of thinking, because in our university, we are actually the biggest college that offers the most varied programs. As a matter of fact, we are offering 13 programs all in all, coming from arts and sciences related courses. So to say that it is a very limiting college is a very wrong kind of thinking. Also, to say that once you graduate from the field of arts and sciences, you are not going anywhere. Well, that's actually another misconception, because we consider our college as a breeding ground for people who want to pursue further studies, or like proceed to higher education. Like when you want to proceed to law school, then we are actually offering AB political science. Or if you want to proceed to like med school, there's Bachelor of Science in biology that you can use as a stepping stone for you to like a preparatory course. Think of it like a preparatory course for you to proceed to those further studies that you really want. So, and we also have uh Bachelor of Science in psychology, and that is another preparatory course if you want to proceed to medicine. So to think that it is a very limiting college is again a very common misconception. So those three myths about College of Arts and Sciences, that number one, um, it's only for UM strands, and number two, it does not have a competitive salary, and number three, it's a very limiting profession and a very limiting field, and you have to eradicate that kind of thinking, because College of Arts and Sciences can offer a lot than what you could actually expect. So this time I'm going to show, now that we have debunked all those common myths about College of Arts and Sciences, let me show to you how the discussion would go moving forward. So in this morning, I will be discussing our college objectives again, and second, about our programs that we are actually offering. Third, the process on the job training. This is your internship right after you finish your academic requirements. And lastly, I'll be sharing to you some of our partnered schools, industries, and organizations. Now let's start with college objectives. All right. So our college would want to achieve the following. Number one, to enable students from various disciplines to keep a sense of global perspectives in the appreciation of the arts and culture. Because College of Arts and Sciences as a college is actually not just a program for in gearing towards academic excellence and that, because when we say College of Arts and Sciences, its approach is actually very holistic, because it tries to transform you, not just not just academically, but also like as a person, not just professional but also personally. So I want you to think of the moment when the pandemic started, when the pandemic started and all people were left with no choice but to remain isolated in the comforts and the safety of their homes. Um, to which did people go to? Most people actually found their love when it comes to film. Most people actually develop a passion towards music. Most people actually um, like became plantito and plantita, and there were a lot of hobbies and a lot of skills that were honed during the pandemic, because people um, would have no other choice but to venture and spend their time more efficiently and productively, right? And if you would think about all these hobbies that you have been doing during the pandemic, these are actually skills that are related to arts and sciences. So when you proceed and choose College of Arts and Sciences, it does not just shape or mold you professionally, but it will also mold and shape you personally. So yeah. Number two, our objective is to instill to students genuine love and patriotism for the country, because we know that there are um, a lot of opportunities that we can work abroad and all that, and that's really good because it really challenges your skill set. However, though, we also want to instill that the country is something that we should also put into consideration. Like, we would want you to first, like, we want you to also be patriotic and have like that genuine passion in serving your own country. Number three, to promote universal moral values and ethical principles among students. Well, just as I was saying, we are not just transforming you in becoming a very effective and efficient professional, but also someone who possess certain moral values. Because what do you do with such almost perfect skill set, but you don't know how to deal with other people? You don't have interpersonal skills. You don't have ethical considerations when you do your job at, at the workplace, right? So at the end of the day, if you are really good at what you're doing, technicality wise, but you don't know how to like socialize in the workplace, still that's going to be one factor that can really affect your working ethics. Number four, we ensure to provide you courses that enable you to develop skills in critical thinking, lead an organization competently, and manage themselves well. As I was saying, we are a college that offers 13 programs all in all, and all these programs can actually help you be a critical thinker and also know how to not just follow but also be a leader in your in your future organizations that you will be affiliated with. And that goes without saying that um, when you possess such skills, when you have developed and or acquired such skills, you can be a you can be you can become a very competitive applicant during the recruitment stage. And then sometimes and I really believe when people say that first impression actually lasts, right? So if you have already like left a certain mark during the recruitment and how critical you are, that can actually really go a long way on you landing your dream job in the future. And moving forward, the fifth objective that our college is achieving is to provide knowledge in arts and sciences that is technology based in order to produce um, college graduates who are capable of promoting and cultivating various arts of the industry and society. So all our courses, both from arts and sciences, are offering, state of the art facilities and also technology based. If you are in the field of science related courses, we have facilities that would really catch up on the trend and also can really compete with with modernization. So we are really quite confident that when you do laboratories, you will be fully equipped on doing hands-on application on your field of your field of industry in the future. So you will be you're going to be fully prepared and dealing with certain required skill sets that would be considered as a necessity in your job description in the future. So number six, we aim to produce graduates with communication skills worthy of appreciation in social, interpersonal, corporate, and community relation. So yes, we are offering AV mass communication as one of our programs, but it doesn't mean that those who are only graduates of mass com can have the very competitive communication skill sets, because we do implement like we do strictly adhere to like making you a better communicator, not just in the not just within the jurisdiction of the school, but as well as the moment that you leave the four corners of the university, because it is a very important skill for you to develop, to know how to communicate well once you are working, because people who don't know how to communicate properly will be left behind by those who can, right? So when we say communication skills, it's not just focus in oral communication, but we also look into your written communication, because right from the moment you graduate, the very first thing that you will be working on for you to get your dream job, as what Dr. Castor mentioned in his talk, is for you to write a very impressive employment communication. And employment communication is consists of your resume and application letter. And if you don't know how to communicate your skills, then um you're going to be like left behind by those who can. And let's say yes, you have a very good technical writing skills, but the moment in the interview, are you going to ace it with the oral communication skill that you have? So it is very important for you to be fully equipped with the right communication skills, both in oral and written communication, for you to really be able to compete in the corporate world or in whatever field that you will be landing in the future. Because I'm not trying to scare you, but it is really a scary world out there. So yeah. So number seven, we aim to generate competitive entrepreneurs for the arts and entertainment industry at national and international levels. So later, towards the end of my talk, I will be sharing to you our partnered organizations, both from international and national levels. And you can actually see that we have a lot of, um, we have bred a lot of internationally competitive graduates, because some of our graduates are actually exchange students to international universities, and some have presented research papers to international publications and presentations. So if you want to be one of them, then College of Arts and Sciences would be the good fit for you. And number eight, and which is actually the last objective, we aim to provide consultative expertise in the fields of creative applied technology. So once you will be a part of our college, you don't need to worry about, you're gonna go flying solo, because we have a lot of um very expert very expert advisors that can actually lead you the way for you to reach your full potential in the field that you have chosen. So it's not like you're gonna be flying solo or whatnot, but you are gonna be well guided by all the courses. When I say courses, all the subjects that will be a part in your curriculum, and all of these subjects or courses will be the one that can pave your way to achieve what is needed for you to attain based on like knowledge. And then afterwards there would also be applications of knowledge, so that we can really put to test what you have learned, from the books down to hands-on activities, because it's different when you just learned it from the books and really applied it in real life scenarios. So yeah, there will be consultative expertise who consultations basically that can actually help you improve and be better at it. So those are the college objectives from the College of Arts and Sciences. Now this time I will be sharing to you the 13 programs that we are proudly offering in our college. So again, these programs are not just solely limited to those students who are a graduate of the UM strand. So even if you are from STEM, ABM, or even from technical vocational courses, or the general academic strand, our programs can actually be tailor fitted to the ones that you think you can excel at. So as you notice, we offer two types of bachelor degrees. We have those that are related to the arts and those that are related to science. So to start off, we have Bachelor of Arts in Communication, and this is what you know as mass communication. So if you have the edge in like in communication, again, both in oral and written communication, then I guess this is the right degree for you. Another is Bachelor of Arts in English Language. This is what we call the AB English. So if you are quite confident when it comes to your English capability, then this is, the right thing for you. This is not just focused though on how good you are in speaking the language, because AB English is more focused on the structure of the language, like more on the linguistic aspect of the language. So if you are into like dissecting sentences and then making sure that you are following the right grammatical rules and all that, then you consider yourself like some sort of a grammar Nazi, then AB English would be the right fit for you. And if you see yourself to have the potential in the field of um, law and legality, then we actually offer Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. This would be a very good stepping stone if you want to proceed to law school in the future, because you are going to be well prepped and well equipped with the right knowledge before you can proceed with law school. But of course, before you proceed to law school, you have to first pass the PhilSat, or the Philippine Law School admission test. So after you pass your PhilSat, then you can enroll to any law school that you want to, as long as you do pass the requirement. Because some law schools actually have like a certain cutoff of scores, cutoff results from their PhilSat. So if you are politically inclined, if you consider yourself a political analyst, not those who became a political analyst overnight because they've read something from the social media. But if you really have the heart for politics, then I suggest political science would be the best fit for you. Another is Bachelor of Arts in Journalism. Now, if you are into writing and you are into like research and because when you do journalism, it requires extensive skill in researching, and if you are into that, then Bachelor of Arts in Journalism would would be a perfect fit for you. But this particular program is actually a new program that we are actually offering in our college. Another thing is Bachelor of Arts in Broadcasting. So if you want to, watch yourself in the television or listen to yourself over the radio while you do broadcasting, then you do have the potential for to become a broadcaster. Then go ahead and enroll for a degree in broadcasting. So this one would be a very just like journalism. This is another new program that we are offering in our college. So this is something that you can really um, test your skills, not just in oral communication, but also in written communication. Now let's proceed to science-related degrees. We have Bachelor of Science in Agroforestry. If you are into agriculture and at the same time, um, like study of trees and all that. So go ahead and enroll in agroforestry. We have Bachelor of Science in Biology, majoring in ecology. We do have two types of Bachelor of Science in Biology, having two different majors. The first one is majoring in ecology, and the second one is majoring in plant biology. And I'd like to share with you that we have a lot of researches that have been published internationally, and a lot of students who were sent to international to be international exchange students coming from BS Bio. So if you have the heart for science, go and choose biology. Another science related degree is Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science, or what we call NBSci. So this is more focused on like the environment basically. So this is quite very generic, and like biology, they just focus on a certain specificity. But environmental science is quite generic, where you can like deal with a lot of things that you can study that really in relation to the environment. And all the both biology and environmental science is a good preparatory study for, especially biology, good preparatory studies for like if you want to proceed to med school. And that just like in law school, that if you will pass what they call the NMAT, I believe it's the National Medical Admission Test. If after you pass that, then you can proceed with enrolling yourself to any med school. Next is Bachelor of Science in Forestry, and like agroforestry, this is solely focused on forestry itself, not with agriculture, crops, and all that. We also offer Bachelor of Science in Mathematics. So if you have the skills, or if you love math and you really are good at it, then you can proceed with mathematics. And I would really commend you for that, because I myself is not really good in mathematics. And if you love the study of human behavior and the human psyche, we offer Bachelor of Science in Psychology. If you are more into like studying the brain and studying how why people actually behave like this and that and certain, if you have the heart of um like treating people and listening to people, if you are a really good listener, because psychologists have to be a really good listeners for them to really provide the right pieces of advice to their clients, right? So if you do have that, then psychology would be the right fit for you. And then we also offer Bachelor of Science in Social Work if you have the heart for the community, the heart to help, and if you have an advocacy that you want to to really focus on, social work would be the best fit for you. And in all these programs that we actually offer, especially those that got licensure examinations, we are proud to say that we have produced a lot of top notchers in our in the industries that we are actually affiliated with. So if you want to be a part of arts and sciences, then choose the right program for you, no matter what strand you are taking right now. So those are the programs, those are all the 13 programs that we are offering under College of Arts and Sciences. If you do have questions later, I will be able to cater it right after my talk, okay? So now let's proceed on the process of your internship, right? So you're not going to be released or you're not going to be deployed for your internship if you have not finished all the academic requirements, say all those subjects that you need to take under your curriculum. So you have to take all those. So after that, the last step would be your internship, because this would be the testing moment wherein every concept and theories that you have learned for the past, say, 3 years and a half, this would be the moment that you would be put to application. So our on-the-job training process starts with solicitation. So this would be the moment that the school or the university will solicit partners from local or abroad organizations or companies, and we will be initiating bilateral talks with possible partners. So you don't need to worry about that, because University of Mindanao is partnered to so many is affiliated to so many organizations in different industries. So you're not gonna have a difficulty looking for a partner, looking for a company where you will do your internship. So you don't need to worry about that. And then after solicitation, verification comes next. This would be the moment that the university will evaluate the background of the possible partner, including the capacity to give you a meaningful exposure in the company, because we have to also verify if the company that you are going to do your internship with is a right company that would really hone your skills and would really give you the right knowledge that would be needed for your job once you graduate. So after the verification, there comes the pre-deployment stage. This would be conducted by the university. These are like seminar and orientation for those qualified students. So all those requirements will be submitted during this stage. Then comes the checking. The your OJT coordinator, basically this is your teacher for your internship for the OJT, your advisor, will look into your requirements and check all your requirements if you did comply and submitted all the necessary requirements before deployment, because it would be under you would be basically under the university's care, and once you will be deployed, you will be carrying the university's name and reputation and all that. So we have to ensure that you have complied all the requirements, and this is also for your own safety. Next would be the deployment. This would be the moment that you are going to be deployed to your respective fields and respective industries. So in the first day, of course, you are going to have a proper introduction with together with your advisor for you to be well guided on your first day. And then comes the internship proper, while you're gonna do your working this your basically your job description. And some of you would think that during deployment, you're during your internship, you're just all that what you're gonna do is all just gonna staple papers and that. But that's a very wrong misconception, because there are so many jobs that are actually needing for interns. And it actually depends as well with the program that you have chosen, because certain programs have certain guidelines for their internship. Like, for example, in psychology, their internship is divided into several sectors. Like, one, they would have first to do clinical Another is something that related to education. Another is something related to industry. They will be assigned to like, human resource management, because of course when you are in HR, you need to like, you need to be well versed with human behavior and all that. So for psychology, their internship is divided into three different sectors. And to other programs that we're actually offering, they also have their own guidelines for their internship. And once you have your internship done, you will there will be validation. So the university, or most likely your coordinators, will be visiting the partnered companies and agencies to validate the reports and evaluate how effective you are, with your during the partnership. And then the end of your training process, then most of the time, no, not most of the time, all the time, you're gonna need to submit like um all the necessary paper and report towards the end of your internship. Like this would be like a report on your attendance, all the things that you have learned during your internship and all that. This would be a part of the requirements before your graduation. So those are the processes. So that is the process on your internship once you'll be under College of Arts and Sciences. Now let me share to you some partnered schools, industries, and organizations, and let me just give an emphasis that these are just some out of the many partnered industries that we have. For psychology, we are partnered with New Day Recovery Center, Dr. Harrison Batikan Psychology Center, Little Haven Psychological Services. We are also partnered with Davao Christian High School. We are partnered with a BPO industry, Concentrix, most likely from the HR management, because as I've said, some of our psychology students will have to be assigned to do HR work. We are also connected with RDL Pharmaceutical Laboratory, also with Davao Autism Intervention Center Foundation Incorporated, and also with Gaisano Mall of Davao. I'll be sharing to you five out of 13 programs, because if I'm gonna be sharing all 13 programs and all our partnered industries, it's gonna take a while. So for mass communication, we have affiliations with Philippine Information Agency, Region 11, Mindanao Times, DXUM, Radio Okay, Davao. I don't know if you've listened to that, or you're familiar with that. We are also connected with City Information Office, People's Television, or PTCV Davao. We are also with TV Davao, TV5 Davao, and DXDC AM Radio Mindanao Network, DXXL IFM Davao, Forum, ZFD, On the Spot Production. So if you will be proceeding with Bachelor of Arts in Communication, you're not gonna have a difficulty looking for an internship, because we are partnered with so many industries and companies. If you will be proceeding with political science, here are some of our affiliated industries. We are connected with National Labor Relations Communication, City Health Office, Commission on Human Rights, Department of Interior and Local Government, or DILG, and some barangay councils here in Davao City. If you will be proceeding with biological science, we are partnered with DOST, or Department of Science and Technology, Water District, Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, or BFAR. Very best. We are also connected with um, wildlife protection for Mount Hamigitan, Puente Espina Orchid, garden and tropical plants, and also Sagrax Corporation, which is focused more on agriculture. And for AB English, these are again some, very few out of the many industries we are connected with. We are with Davao Language Academy, Sunstar Davao, EOE Global Services Corporation, and VGC Plus. And for social work, we are partnered with of course, Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD, City Welfare and Development Office, or CSWDO, Marfil Lorenzo Ruiz, Socioeconomic Development Foundation, DOJ, San Pedro Hospital, Mindanao Migrants for Actions Incorporated, Tambayan Center for Children's Right, Padre Pio Home for Children, SOS Children's Village, Overseas Workers Welfare Administration or OWA, but in Region 11, Department of Health, Region 11, Kaugmaon Foundation Incorporated, Care for Elderly Foundation Incorporated, Davao Jubilee Foundation, Golden Haven Retirement Homes, and some of the local government units here in the region, Davao region, basically. So those are the five programs that I've shared to you. But again, we are offering 13 programs, but I cannot go with the other eight because of the time constraints that we have to adhere to. All right. So well, that actually ends my presentation for um, career guide to various programs and in the arts and sciences. Thank you so much, Sir Glenn. I'm giving back the
Thank you,
floor.
Sir Mark. It was detailed now about the programs of the College of Arts and Sciences Education. So I hope our students nakapagpili na or may option na, tatlong options kung anong program yung kukunin sa college. Okay, so at this point, let's have another round of our game. Please visit menti.com. This is for the discussion of Sir Quario about the career path in the arts and sciences programs. So here's the code number 25268712, and please don't forget to indicate your school name beside your name so that your school will be recognized. Again, the code number is 25268712. So if you have questions, pwede kayo mag-ask ng questions while waiting for our participants. You can utilize our Q&A box and also our chat box. 25268712. So we have 7 participants, 8. We have 10. Let's make it 15 siguro so we can start. So, by the way, our case department or the College of Arts and Sciences Education is the most diverse academic unit of UM. And most of its program no, are level 3 and level 4 accredited by PACO COA. So I think we are now reached the 15 participants. So let's start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's start with our question number 1. Make sure to answer fast to get more points. And here's the question. Is not loading results. Okay, so majority answered correctly. So among the programs mentioned by Sir Mark, ito yung program na hindi kasali. The Bachelor of Art in Literature. Let's see our leaderboard. Hopefully may school na no na naka-indicate. Okay, I think our top 5 are Barefoot Contessa, Giancarlo of Compostela, Jake of Nabunturan, Febril of Pantukan, and Kidawa. I think this is from Kidawa National High School. Okay, so let's move on to our second question. Which of the following is not a program offered by College of Arts and Sciences Education? Okay, very good. The correct answer is Bachelor of Science in Chemistry. Well, hindi po nag-offer si UM nito. However, we are offering Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science, Agroforestry, Forestry, and Biology. So, very good. Let's see our leaderboard. We have new top 1 from Compostela, followed by Barefoot, followed by Febril, Princess, and Jake of Nabunturan. So now, let's have our third question. To which program does Department of Science and Technology is affiliated with? Psychology, biology, or social work? Hmm. Correct answer is biology. Okay, so if you are planning to apply for the DOST scholarship, UM is one of the qualified schools na pwede niyong pasukan because our programs are qualified for the accreditation na minimum requirement of the DOST. So the correct answer is biology. So only 7 answered correctly. And let's see our leaderboard. I think we have new set of top 5. And they are Barefoot Contessa, bumalik siya sa top 1, followed by Giancarlo of Compostela, Febril of Pantukan, Princess of LSA, Jake of Nabunturan National Comprehensive High School. Okay, let's move on to our fourth question. In on-the-job process, what comes after solicitation? Verification, pre-deployment, or checking? Okay, the correct answer is verification. That's the second step, a stage. Okay, so 11 answered correctly. Naminaw gid sila, Sir Mark. So here's our top 5 for this question. Fastest is Princess, now on the third spot, followed by Febril and Jake of Nabunturan National Comprehensive High School. Now let's have our last question for this round. How many programs are offered by the College of Arts and Sciences? Na kayo nagbilang ganina, no? Okay. 11, 12, or 13? Okay, very good. 12 answered correctly. There are 13 programs offered by the College of Arts and Sciences Education. So now let's reveal our top 5 for our second round. So congratulations to Think Still, Barefoot, Contessa is our first placer, followed by Giancarlo of Compostela National High School, Princess of LSA, Febril of Bantukan, and Kidawa. So congratulations, everyone. So please contact me through email. No? Kindly email me your contact information as well as your school name so that you will be instructed on how to claim your prizes. So I think that concludes our topic for the career path in the various programs in the arts and sciences education. And now let's have our second speaker from the case department. Okay, she is one of the faculty members and we'll discuss to you gearing towards career paths in the arts and sciences. Please help me welcome Professor Mary Jane Palikte Maed. Good
Good
morning, ma'am.
morning. Good morning, sir. Good morning to all our senior high school students who are watching right now. Marinig ako ng malinaw, sir?
Yes po, ma'am.
Ay.
Correct.
Ayan. So, Sir Mark was able to discuss now in detail the programs offered by our college, and I hope that our dear senior high school students are also considering to enroll in our college. But I will add to that, no, I'll add more confusion to our senior high school students. So Sir Mark a while ago was able to present to you the career guide to various programs under the arts and sciences. Now the question is, why should you pursue a career under the College of Arts and Sciences? Now, Sir Mark presented to you a while ago a detailed visuals of the programs offered by our college. Now, I did some on the spot interview with some program heads from our college. Of course, they are the expert of their respective fields. I asked them this question, no, if why you, our dear students, should pursue a career under the College of Arts and Sciences. Now, for you to have a glimpse of some of our programs, I will be sharing to you the beautiful faces and handsome faces behind some of our programs in the College of Arts and Sciences. Again, we're offering 13 programs, but I cannot show you all the 13 people behind these programs. I will just show you some of them, but you will see all of them later on if you will be joining our college. So I will be sharing a short video of our program heads from the different programs, now some of the programs offered by our college. Sir Glenn, is it marinig ka ba?
Yes po, ma'am. Clear po.
Okay. All right. So now I'll be sharing to you our first video that we prepared for you, our dear senior high school students.
Murag nawala ang audio, ma'am. Kanina na asa.
Profession. There are many.
Yan, sir. Okay na po.
Ana, ma'am. Okay po.
The University of Mindanao Social Work Program. Why do I pursue social work profession? There are many reasons to pursue social work profession, but I would only want to emphasize 5 reasons. Number 1, you will find many job opportunities, especially in this pandemic. Many agencies are hiring social workers. One of the courses that are in demand this pandemic, though it's risky, but if you have the commitment, for sure you will succeed. 2, the social work career path is versatile because you can be a therapist, policy analyst, community health advocate, facilitator, trainer, teacher, and more. Number 3, social work leads to self-improvement because of the spirit of altruism focusing on others' needs without considering themselves. Social workers change people's lives, helping people's lives is one of the most rewarding elements of going into social work. Five is the social workers change the world. Social workers have always been the voice of the marginalized people, be it in the micro, meso, and macro levels. These reasons capture the students' interest, especially in choosing their career. Many people would ask, why should I enroll in social work? Most of the students answer, I want to help the marginalized people. As we observe, most of them are motivated by their passion and commitment to help others.
I humbly inform you that the Bachelor of Arts in Political Science program is the home of successful leaders in the country. For more than 4 decades now, the program has produced lawyers, prosecutors, judges, and employees in the judiciary department holding supervisory positions. Other graduates became successful politicians holding positions from barangay councilor, barangay captain, municipal and city councilor, municipal and city vice mayor, municipal and city mayor, provincial board member, vice governor, governor, and district representatives. The program has also produced more than 1,000 well-rounded graduates holding the highest positions in local government units, national government agencies, government-owned or controlled corporations, and diplomatic offices abroad. Moreover, the program nurtured graduates who are now holding the highest positions in private institutions. Now, would you like to be a public servant? Study Bachelor of Arts in Political Science at the University of Mindanao.
Do you see yourself as a newscaster or a radio personality? Or you wish to enjoy the glory of the byline as a journalist? If you want to develop media literacy, improve your interpersonal skills, prepare a communication and media plan, copy editing and graphic design skills, then the Bachelor of Arts in Communication under the Arts and Sciences Education of the University of Mindanao is the perfect course to enroll. A degree in communication opens a variety of career opportunities in development communication, broadcasting, journalism, communication research, multimedia studies, film, public relations, advertising, and integrated marketing. So what are you waiting for? Enroll na ga! This pandemic has changed the ways and how we do things academically and professionally, and many people are facing the threat of losing their jobs. What used to be convenient has become impossible, and convenience has even changed its meaning. And if there is a flourishing profession, even in these difficult times, that would be the Bachelor of Arts in English Language. Graduates in the program are in demand in the fields that require effective use of the English language to realize specific goals. Career opportunities include academic and scholarly work, such as teaching and research, business and industry jobs, such as public relations, advertising and documentation, media and publishing, such as writing, translating and editing, and government and diplomatic services. In the AV English language, students are trained to articulate a comprehensive and contextualized view of the English language system and development. Also, students are trained to communicate fluently and effectively in oral and written English. They are also expected to facilitate English language learning in diverse settings and produce well-written text for various academic and professional purposes, all of which are very important skills to succeed in various social, cultural, academic, and professional settings.
Welcome to the University of Mindanao Psychology Program. Why study psychology? Psychology is fascinating yet a challenging course. But here are the 3 reasons why you should study psychology. First, studying psychology can help you understand yourself and other people by learning about aspects of human behavior that will help you in your daily life. This includes your interaction with others and your ability to cope with pressure and your understanding of the causes of psychological disorders. Second, with the issues of mental health, studying is one of the avenues to help and improve individuals' quality of life in times of crisis. Psychology practitioners are the voice of the individuals who experience discrimination due to mental health issues. Third, psychology provides excellent job prospects in a wide range of careers. You can work in areas like sports, schools, clinical, developmental, forensic, rehabilitation, health, industrial, and organizational psychology. You can also work by doing research, consultation, diagnosing, and treatment. You can also work with a variety of groups such as children, adolescents, and adults. So, what are you waiting for? Enroll now and don't forget Ampinga!
The Philippines is one of the 18 legal biodiverse countries of the world. Aside from that, medical doctors are in need in this time of pandemic. Why choose this program? First, no licensure exam. Second, it is a pre-med program. Third, a DOST and CHED scholarship priority. Fourth, it is in-demand professions overseas. And lastly, a great opportunity at the same time having fun. So what are the career opportunities of this program? You can be pharmaceutical sales representative, environmental scientist or specialist, occupational health and safety specialist, plant and animal conservation scientist, high school and a college teacher, environmental biological technician, a research assistant, quality control technician, agricultural or food science technician, and a medical research scientist. So I encourage you to be part of this program. So enroll now in Bachelor of Science in Biology at the University of Mindanao, Davao City.
So there you have it. Um, you heard from some of our program heads, the beautiful and the handsome faces behind the program offers of our college. And aside from that 6 programs that I presented in my short video, I will be sharing my screen now to discuss to you in details. I know that you, my dear senior high school students, you're still confused or you're still doubting, no, where will I go after I finish my 4-year course? Because most of the courses offer, or yeah, I think all of the courses offered by our program is a 4-year course. And the usual question to that is, after graduation, after my 4-year course, where will I go? What career could I have, or what would be the possible opportunity available for me? So now I will be sharing my slides so that you will see in detail, no, what could be the possible career paths that you can um, go after graduation. So So my discussion is on gearing towards career in the arts and sciences. So let's start with the careers. What could be the possible careers that you can have, or the job that you may venture with after graduation? I would like to start with the Bachelor of Arts in Communication. So now we offer two programs, new programs that is allied, or yeah, it's related to communication. Before it's mass communication, but now we have three already. It's divided into three areas, or three areas of specialization. You can choose communication, and we have now journalism, and you can also choose broadcasting. It depends on where you are, where your forte is, where you're good at, where you're good at. So you can actually choose between those options. So Again, if you want to pursue Bachelor of Arts in Communication, so what could be the possible career opportunities for you? You could be a copywriter, you could be an account executive, you can be an advertising manager, you could be a public relations officer, you could also be a TV or radio production staff, or you can also be a college professor if you like. Now, if you will enroll in Bachelor of Arts in English language, so I would like to um, also shed light that BS Ed English, Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English, is different discipline from the Bachelor of Arts in English language. So BS Ed English is under the College of Teacher Education. If you want to teach English and you want to learn the pedagogy of how to teach English to the second language learners, then you can proceed with BS Ed English. Now, if you want to go to the meat and the heart of English language, then you may consider Bachelor of Arts in English language. So what could be the possible career opportunities if you will proceed with Bachelor of Arts in English language? You could be a digital copywriter, you could be an editorial assistant, you could be an English as foreign language teacher, you could be a lexicographer, you could also be a magazine journalist, newspaper journalist, private tutor, publishing copy editor, or a proofreader. You could also be a secondary teacher if you wish to proceed with teaching. You can earn teaching units from the College of Teacher Education so that you can take the licensure examination for teachers. You could also be a web content manager or a writer. So there are a lot of opportunities that you can choose from after you graduate with this course. We also have Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, which was mentioned already by Professor Alger Dura, but I would like to lay down in detail the different career opportunities that you can go with after graduating Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. You could be a policy analyst, you could be a legislative assistant, you could be a public relations specialist, social media manager, marketing research analyst, political consultant. You could be a lawyer if you wish to proceed with law school. You could be an intelligence analyst. You could be a political campaign staff. You could be a college student leadership and activities director, paralegal, public opinion researcher, corporate advisor for government relations, political consultant, and you could also be a professor. So there are a lot of options to choose from, okay, if you will proceed with Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. Moving on, again, we have 13 programs, so you will really have a lot of options to choose from if you wish to join us in the College of Arts and Sciences Education. So we also have Bachelor of Arts in Multimedia Arts. So what could be the possible career opportunities that you can venture with after graduation? You could be an art director, you could be a computer programmer, craft and fine artists, film and video editors and camera operators, graphic designers, producers, and directors, and you could also be a web developer. With Bachelor of Science in Agroforestry, you could be a college instructor, you could be an academic researcher, technical consultant, entrepreneur, and even a farm supervisor. So there are a lot of things to consider, and you can also always have an option where you want to go. Then we have Bachelor of Science in Biology. If you do not wish to proceed with med school after graduation, it's not yet the end because there are a lot of opportunities that you can always consider after graduating Bachelor of Science in Biology. You could be a research scientist, you could be a pharmacologist, biologist, ecologist, nature conservation officer, biotechnologist, forensic scientist, science writer, and even a teacher. And biology is also majored into two different fields, which was presented by Sir Mark a while ago. So you can choose which area would you like to specialize with. And then we also have Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science. So after graduation, you could be an amenity horticulturist, you could be a commercial horticulturist, environmental education officer, environmental engineer, environmental manager, mineral surveyor, and even a nature conservation officer. So if you have the love for nature, if you have passion for it, working with different aspects related to our environment and the nature, then you can proceed with Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science. We also have Bachelor of Science in Forestry. So what could be the possible jobs and careers that you can have after graduation? By the way, forestry is a board course. So you will take a licensure exam after graduation. So what could be your possible job? We have farm supervisor, farm manager, horticulturist, plant manager, dairy herdsman, processing plant manager, entomologist, and pest control supervisor. Okay, moving on to other fields of sciences, we have Bachelor of Science in Mathematics. So you can be a math teacher, you can be a college professor, you could be a financial analyst, system developer, algorithm developer, marketing analyst, mathematician, and a cryptographer. So there are a lot of jobs that you can choose actually. Then we have Bachelor of Science in Psychology. Ma'am Sheena, the program head of the psychology program, made mention some of the career paths that you can go to after graduation. But to add on to that, we have different careers, no, after you graduate Bachelor of Science in Psychology. So you can be an advertising agent, you can be career counselor, you can be a case manager, child care worker, market researcher, laboratory assistant, psychiatric technician, probation and parole officer, rehabilitation specialist, social service specialists, and you could be a teacher or even a professor. For Bachelor of Science in Social Work, which was also mentioned or presented a while ago, to add to those career paths, you could also consider to be a human resource developer, program developer, project manager, social worker, social welfare planner, and counselor. Bachelor of Science in Psychology and Bachelor of Science in Social Work are also board courses. So after you finish your 4-year course, you will be taking licensure examination for this programs. And then this are our new program offers, no, under the College of Arts and Sciences Education. So we have Bachelor of Arts in Journalism. So what could be the career paths after graduation? You could be a news editor, you could be a media researcher, you could be a news analyst, you could be a writer, you could be a broadcast journalist, photojournalist, director, public relations officer. And with broadcasting, you could be a radio or television writer, you could be a radio or television director, or even a producer. You could also be a news reporter or a news anchor, a media manager, a media consultant, or you could also join us in the tertiary education, being one of the college professors. So those are the 13 programs that we offer and the career opportunities that you can actually consider after you finish your 4-year course. Now, in your stay with our college, which is most likely 4 years because our programs are 4-year courses, what are the skills that will be honed in your 4-year stay in our program? There are a lot of skills that will be prepared and will be honed before you will be deployed to the actual battlefield, no, of the world of the career people, the professional world. But we, University of Mindanao, would never allow you to combat with the battle unless you are fully equipped and you are fully ready to face that battle, the professional battle, because the journey doesn't end after you finish your course, because that is actually the beginning. And like what Sir Mark mentioned a while ago, UM provides you the best learning experience together with the best facilities, and we have a lot or numerous partners that would help us prepare you in your deployment to the actual battlefield of the professional world. So you've seen a while ago the different partner institutions and organizations of our college, because you will not just stay within the portals of our college, but after during your third year or fourth year, I guess, you will be deployed to the different partner organizations of our college, so that you will have the actual feel, or you will have the experience how it is to work in the actual environment where your program, or where you will be after you accomplish your course. So those partner institutions, those partner organizations are a very good area, or very good fields where you can practice your specialty, your crafts, before you will move out from the portals of the university. So now I will be moving to the employability skills that you will acquire in your years of stay in our college. So firstly, in the Bachelor of Arts of Communication, you will be honed, you will be trained into different employability skills, which these are just some of the many things that you will learn from the program. So you will be trained in the different research and analysis of information, writing for clarity and explanation, interpersonal communications, visual design, public speaking, media relations, problem solving, decision making, leadership, conflict resolution, and even presentation speaking. So these are the rigid training that you will go through in your stay within the program, that would make you confident that after 4 years, you will really say that I am from and I am prepared to face the battle, the professional battle. With the Bachelor of Arts in English Language, the employability skills that will be trained and honed within your years of stay, we have planning and researching written works. We also have articulating knowledge and understanding of texts, concepts, and theories, leading and participating in discussions, negotiation and team working to present ideas and information, effectively conveying of arguments and opinions, and even thinking creatively, using your judgment to weigh up alternative perspectives, and critical reasoning and analysis. Because you will have this, because will give you the best pool of faculty members. They're experts, they were trained also, and they proceed to different areas of studies that made them as expert as they are today. So I, in behalf of the College of Arts and Sciences, I am confident that you will get the best learning and meaningful experience when you join us in the University of Mindanao. Then we have Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. Some of the employability skills that you will acquire are the following: making projections, or organizing people or ideas, thinking logically, conceptualizing and implementing projects, and even decision making. With the Bachelor of Arts in Multimedia Arts, you will be able to use computer programs and illustrations. We don't have, it's not just the typical computer programs, because we also have different facilities that would expose you to different and state of the arts facilities that you will possibly use after you graduate. Now we have our Mac laboratory, where all of our facilities are Mac or Apple, and some of the time, some of our the multimedia art students are also using that laboratory for them to experience different types of computer programs, different types of computers, where they can experience different things, and even the modern things that they may need when they will do their craft after graduation. They could they will also have the opportunity to work with a team of animators and artists. They could have research with upcoming projects. They will be able to develop storyboards or know how to develop storyboards, edit animations and effects. I will be showing samples later on. They will also be experiencing meeting with clients, other animators, game designers, directors, and other stuff. And then for the Bachelor of Science in Agroforestry, the skill that you will be acquiring after you finish this course is you will be carrying out the science, the art, and business of a dynamic and interactive process of production, management, and utilization of trees and other woody perennials, agricultural crops, and or animals and soils and related environment in the same unit of land, arranged either zonally, mixed simultaneously, or sequentially for the twin purpose of conservation and socio-economic productivity. For Bachelor of Science in Biology, some of the employability skills are analytical mind and critical thinking skills. You will also be enjoying working with different living organisms and studying biological systems. And you can also acquire good laboratory skills, which you will be needing in that course. You can also acquire the ability to quickly assess large amounts of information and data, leadership skills, self-confidence and motivation, determination, because this really needs a lot of determination, especially that the course is quite challenging. Good decision making skills, good communication skills. You will also have the ability to work successfully with others, and you will be a logical thinker who likes to solve problems. With Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science, I will just read a few. You will be able to know how to decide on the best data collection methods. You will be able to experience field surveys and collecting data, conducting lab tests on water, air, and soil sample. You will be able to experience interpreting data to identify whether contamination exists in accordance with environmental laws. You could build conceptual models that identify the potential contaminant sources that could have an adverse impact on the environment, and all other skills related to environmental science. With forestry, you will be trained on soil health, plant health, monitoring and assessment, learning specialized software, because I think there are softwares that the foresters also utilizes when they do their respective field. And then resource management, you will deal with insects, diseases, and more. Then moving on to the Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, you will be able to construct and you will be able to clearly present mathematical and logical arguments. You will have the ability to deal with highly abstract concepts, advanced numeracy skills, and turning real world problems into mathematical problems, and all other skills that the program will equip you with. With Bachelor of Science in Psychology, sorry. So you will be honed to become critical thinkers, and you will be equipped with analytical skills, abstract reasoning, communication and interpersonal skills, leadership, and teamwork skills. With Bachelor of Science in Social Work, so you will have organizational skills. You will also understand the human psychology, and you will develop the sense of empathy because you will be working with people, with communities. And then you will also have the ability, or you will acquire the ability to facilitate cooperation both among individuals and groups. So there's active listening skills, critical listening skills, and even verbal and written communication skills. With Bachelor of Arts in Journalism, I will read a few. So you will learn how to be resourceful, how to manage. You will also be honed to strengthen pala. It will strengthen your interpersonal skills, your leadership, your flexible and creative independent approach, and your ability to listen and to work productively with other people. And lastly, with Bachelor of Arts in Broadcasting, so the skills that you will acquire after graduation or after 4 year stay in the program are the following. Some of these, no, so critical, and some are these skills, but there, I believe, no, I cannot name all, but these are some that I can identify um, that surely that you will acquire in your stay in the program. So you will have the commercial and cultural awareness of media and creative industries. You will have the initiation and development of creative work in writing, audio, visual, and other economic media. You will be flexible, creative, and independent, and you will be able to establish the ability to work to a brief, and you'll be able to meet deadlines. Kasi 'di ba pag broadcaster ka, if you are in the media industry, dapat 'di ba mabilisan, no, at saka dapat mabilis kang mag-isip for you to, especially pag may mga nangyayari around us. So that's it. So now those are the things in detail. Again, there are 13 programs, and I'm quite, speeding it up because I would like you to see the other videos that I prepared for this talk. So now I would like to share one testimony from our one of the products of the universe of the program, no, under the arts and sciences. He is now actually working with the city government of Davao, and he is actually a magna cum laude graduate of the mass communication program in the year 2019, and he is working with the city information office, which is also the partner of the AB communication program of our college. And I asked a video from him since I was one of his professors way back in college, just to give you, a real, or yeah, a real testimony from one of our graduates, no, from the College of Arts and Sciences. So again, I will be sharing my and I will be sharing my video from our former student who is also now working in the industry.
Hi everyone, I'm a product of University of Mindanao. Hi everyone, I'm a product of University of Mindanao. And when I think of UM's mass communication program, three things come to my mind. First, its academic standards. Second, its experienced faculty. And third, its strong commitment to opportunity. These three things work together to polish a single diamond in the rough into a gem that is shaped to withstand every blow of the real world. So in our program, you'll be able to learn under the tutelage of our esteemed faculty. My teachers are very intelligent and they never leave their student empty head. They see to it that no one will be left behind. So apart from that, our program also provides various activities that allow us students to channel our creativity, whether that be in writing, in newscasting, in broadcasting, or photography. For instance, back in college, we were given opportunity to be part of a production team or a coverage team to work during intramurals or during graduation, among others. And also, our program actively supports us to participate in competitions outside the school, like film festivals and newscasting. And these opportunities were very helpful for us to take ourselves in a variety of challenges and to challenge ourselves to improve at everything we do. So lastly, to comply to the high standards of excellence, our program provides state-of-the-art facilities and modern equipment conducive to optimum learning where we can apply our lessons and skills and hone our craft. The knowledge and experiences I've had at UM have shaped me from diamonds in the rough into a gem. And these three things, its academic standard, its experienced faculty, and its strong commitment to opportunity have given me a solid foundation for a career. And I'm very glad that I made a decision to go to school there. I hope you do.
So that was
Opportunity.
Nicolo Villarreal. He is now connected to the City Information Office, specifically Briaheng Duterte. He is now working with that particular office in our city. So that's one, no, clear manifestation that after graduating, after moving out from the portals of the university, they will really have a promising career path where they want to go. So there are actually a lot of graduates that I would like to ask, how they are now, but because of their schedule, because all of them are really working and they're busy, I actually I actually asked one video from another graduate of from our college who is currently working with TV5 now, but I guess I cannot paano ba yun? Because of the busy schedule, no, parang hindi na ako nakasingit sa kanyang time. But Ninyo is one of the 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 product of how the College of Arts and Sciences education provides a promising future with providing them the academic excellence and the best and excellent learning experience that they can have within their stay. So now lastly, I would like to share some outputs from our students. Since meron naman since ang ma-share ko lang naman na visuals, no, are the outputs from the multimedia arts and the mass communication program, since these are their crafts. So I would like to share some outputs from our students, no, under this programs, and at the same time for you, our dear senior high school students, to see that if you will join the College of Arts and Sciences education family, it's not just about the academics, but we also have time to take a break, and also we have our extracurricular activities as well. So I will be showing you a glimpse of the extracurricular activities under the College of Arts and Sciences education, and at the same time, some outputs, no, like they have campaign and short films that they do in the program as one of their outputs in their respective subjects. So I will be sharing my first video for the students' output.
Pursue the As we continue to pursue the educational revolution for academic year of 2020 and 2021, the College of Arts and Sciences Education brings you a year-round full of engagement and extracurricular activities. These Days 2020, an inter-program battle of beauty and brains. The Old Case 2020, a search for fit and humorous college bachelor. Pakislaban 2020, the official Case team building activity. Case B, the inter-program quarterly quiz B. Ibatase, the college's official entertainment program featuring top-performing Case students. Kasayahan 2021, the Case's year-end culmination and awarding ceremony. Case Web Learning and inter-program crash course, research forum, and many more surprises. Stay tuned, because in this academic year, a bigger, fiercer, and bolder competition is coming your way soon.
Sometimes I get the feeling, yeah.
This is actually a college event, but this is an output, no, of our students under the College of Arts and Sciences.
Sometimes I get the feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get the feeling, yeah. Yes, I can. Now better leave. I'm running with this plan. Pull me, grab me, crabs in the bucket, can't have me. I'll be the president one day. Yeah, let me first. Oh, you like that gossip? Like you the one picking what gossip.com. Now I got a word for your tongue. How many Rolling Stones you want? Yeah, I got a brand new spirit speaking in this gun. Woke up on the side of the bed like I won. Talk like a wind in my chest to that sun. G5 in the US to Taiwan. Now who can say that? I wanna play back. Mama knew I was a needle in a haystack. I'm a valley boy, just way back. I got a feeling it's a rap. ASAP. Sometimes I get the feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get get a good feeling, yeah.
And lastly, I would like to share one campaign. There are actually a lot of campaigns made by our multimedia arts and our mass comm students which were aired before the pandemic. But I will be sharing this one because this campaign is on the camaraderie between the senior high school students and the college students of the university. So since our dear senior high school students or our participants this morning, I would like you to see the camaraderie between these departments of the university. This is just a short campaign. Still an output of the mass communication program and the multimedia arts program. So there you have it, no, my dear senior high school students. Those are just a glimpse of how it is to be with our college. So I hope that it add up to your thinking now on which program or you'll consider our college, the College of Arts and Sciences Education, in pursuing your tertiary education. And by the way, there I can see questions, or I encountered some questions. Where are we located since marami tayong campus? So the College of Arts and Sciences Education is located sa ating Matina campus. Okay, so I think, Sir Glenn, that would be all. If you have questions, senior high school students, feel free to use the Q&A box below, and I will be happy to answer your questions. If you Back to you, Sir Glenn.
Thank you so much, Jane. Okay, so I think no, it was presented well by our speakers. I hope that before you graduate your senior high school program, you will choose among the list of the arts and sciences programs. There are 13 no, courses that you can choose from. And I hope also that you will choose UM. So this time, let's have a game, another set of game. Meron lang tayong tatlong questions, no? Again, please visit menti.com and use this code number 83916976. Don't forget to include your school name besides your name. And let's wait for our participants in YouTube. 83916976. Okay, we have 12 participants already. Let's make it 15 and we will start. Okay, we'll start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So let's start. May isa na, na nakaalis. Okay, so again, let's start our round 3. Here's the question number 1. If you want to be a policy analyst, legislative consultant, or a political consultant, what course can you take under the College of Arts and Sciences? Okay, time's up. Correct answer is very good. Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. So we have 17 participants answered correctly. Okay, Nabunturan from Nabunturan, followed by Lasal Academy, Compostela, Matihai, and from Carmen National High School. So very good. Now let's have our second question. The following are the employability skills honed in the BS Psychology program except one. Abstract reasoning, develop storyboards, or critical analytical skills. Okay, that's develop storyboards. So 14 of you answered correctly. So let's see our leaderboard. Okay, Princess is our fastest now, our top one from LaSalle Academy, followed by Stella, Jella J, and Jaya from Matihai National High School. So now leading to our final question for this round. The College of Arts and Sciences Education is located in what campus? Bolton, Matina, or Gianga? Okay, so I think everyone has voted, and the correct answer is Matina. Okay, so our case department now is located in Matina campus. So let's see our final leaderboard. Okay, our winners are Stella of Nabunturan National Comprehensive High School, Jella of Carmen National High School, Princess of Lasal Academy, Rato of Carmen National High School, and Angeli. So again, please contact me through email. Send to me your contact information and your school name so that you will be instructed on how to claim your prizes. Okay, so once again, congratulations. And now we will have our last topic. It's an additional topic so that you have knowledge about University of Mindanao for those who are planning to enroll in UM. So let me share it to you. Okay. So, why choose University of Mindanao? So, I guess no, nakapagpili na kayo ng anong program, any program from the 13 available programs of the case department. So, why choose University of Mindanao? University of Mindanao is first in leadership education, and we are offering quality, affordable education, and also open education. So, in terms of quality education, the university has received various of certificates and recognitions from numerous accrediting agencies. Number one is the Philippine Quality Award. UM is a recipient of this award, and this is the highest recognition given to any companies, industries, or institutions here in the Philippines. So it means that really the University of Mindanao is offering quality education and quality services to the students. Another thing is we are an ISO 9001 2015 certified school. It means that our university is following the international standards, so it would be beneficial to you once you graduate in your diploma, may nakasil yan siya. All of our certificates here, our awards received, will be sealed on the diploma. So once makita na mong trabaho, it will be beneficial to you because magkaroon siya ng additional impression on your employment because you came from this university that is known as an ISO certified, Philippine Quality Award recipient. Um, Programs are accredited by CHED, PACOCOA, and etc. And another thing, UM is second in terms of the number of accredited programs in the country. We are next to University of Santo Tomas. It means that our programs are not just programs offered for you to enroll, but these programs are accredited. It means that in terms of our faculty, we have competent and skilled faculty members, and also our facilities. We have modern facilities. We have international standard facilities and campus, as well as our sports complex. That's an international standard complex. And apart from that, our system and as well as our services in the university is abiding the ISO 9015 certification. Another thing is UM is offering flexible schedules. Okay, in terms of our schedule, we are the most friendly and we are the most flexible. No, why? Because we have twist, no. So I guess na practice na kayo mga senior high school sa semestral system. You have 2 semesters in a year, and in each semester meron yang 5 months, and in each semester meron yang at least 8 subjects. So yung ginawa ni UM, may twist siya. We divide that one into two. So in each sem, yung 5 buwan at 8 na subjects, we divide that one into two. Ibig sabihin, yung dalawa, in each term, meron siyang 2.5 months. And in each term, meron siyang 4 na subjects. So what does it mean? So you will only meet 4 hours a day. You will only meet that 4 subjects every day. Compared to the regular system ng mga schools, wherein you will meet the entire 8 subjects per week. So if there will be assignments, quizzes, exams, performance tasks, bombarded kayo no, ng mga activities, ng mga deliverables. So in UM, since we are very flexible and friendly in terms of the schedule, you will only meet those 4 subjects for the entire week. So kung may exam, quiz, assignments, and activities, you will only prepare for that 4 subjects. And once done ka na sa first term ng 4 subjects, tapos ka na doon, move on ka na, proceed ka na sa remaining 4 subjects on the second term. So another advantage of that system, because you can choose among the 3 sessions available in the university, since that 4 subjects is equivalent to 4 hours, you will meet that one 4 hours a day. Then you can choose morning if you're a morning person. Then if you have priorities in the morning, you can choose afternoon. Then if you have work in morning and afternoon, then you can choose evening. So kayo po ang pipili. Kayo din po ang pipili kung ilang number of units, ilang subjects ang kukunin sa isang term, and kung anong session yung pipiliin. So that's how works now in terms of the schedule, and that's the reason why students prefer to study in the university. And for your information, during the during the face to face, we reach more than 25,000 students here in main campus, and during the pandemic we almost reached 20,000 students, and that's the main reason why they prefer to study in UM. Kasi kahit may trabaho, they can still pursue their education because of our friendly and flexible schedule. Another reason why I choose University of Mindanao, it's because of the affordability of our tuition fee. So for your information, our tuition fee is ranging from 15 to 20,000 pesos lang per semester. So it will only go beyond 20,000 no, if you have laboratories like yung nasa picture, no, these are medical allied courses na mga program. So, if ito yung mga programs mo, more on laboratories, then may chance na sobra sa 20,000. But usually, ang total assessment is from 15 to 20,000 pesos lang. Why it is affordable? Number one, because we are a private university. You cannot look for any private university here in Davao or in the region that is affordable as the University of Mindanao, because yung mga private universities halos aabot yan ng 50 to 300,000 per year na tuition fee. But in UM, we remain the most affordable because that's the philosophy of our founding father, that everyone has a right for education. No, everyone has a right for quality education. And I think I need also to inform you about our scholarship programs. No, during this pandemic, meron lang kaming isang offering, which is the academic scholarship program, since bawal pa yung student training assistance program, hindi pa pwedeng pumasok yung mga students dito sa campus. So we are just offering the academic scholarship program. So if you are a graduate of senior high, tapos umabot ng 95% yung general average mo, then you are qualified for the academic. Yun lang yung qualification namin, regardless of the number of students or graduates, as long as umabot ng 95% ang general average. Automatically, you will be part of our scholarship program. And apart from that, there are a lot of scholarship outside or the external agencies like private companies, government like the CHED, the OST, and others. So as early as now, you can visit their website and their pages, Facebook pages, so that you will be informed, no, on how to apply and what are the qualifications for this scholarship program. So if you will be qualified, gamay na lang yun ang inyong bero nun sa UN. Siguro tag 500 per exam na lang. Only the miscellaneous lang inyong bayaran. Okay, so that is for the affordability and our scholarship offerings. And since we are second in terms of the number of accredited programs in the country, indeed we have a lot. No, we have various of undergraduate and graduate programs. We have more than 100. So yun na in mention na kanina, no, ng ating speakers, what are the programs under the College of Arts and Sciences Education. There are 13, and all of these programs are accredited by PACOCOA. Another reason nga bakit dapat yung piliin sa UM, it's because of our um, delivery of instruction. So UM is using a learning management system or an LMS, and it's an advantage for the students because you can learn anywhere in the city, in the province, as long as may internet connection. And the good thing, integrated na lahat. So it will avoid, no, yung mga circumstances na na-experience ng parents nyo this time, particularly in public schools, wherein the parents magpila pa sa mga schools, and then once they will submit the module, sila pa yung pupunta ng school since bawal yung mga students, no. So in UM, you don't need to do that because we have this learning management system wherein integrated na lahat, no, all the quizzes, assignments, activities, exams, performance tasks, and all, nandyan na lahat sa aming learning management system. Okay? So for college, we are using Blackboard LMS, and for the senior high, we are using Quipper. Another reason why I choose UM, it's because of our open education policy. So meaning the university is not filtering the students, no. Wala may nag-filter nga dapat mga bright lang makasulod or kanang na ay at least 90% nga general average. So kami sa UM, since then wala po kaming entrance exam. Not just this time of pandemic, but since nag-start sa UM, wala talaga kaming entrance exam. So what you're going to do is to submit the requirements, follow the procedures of the enrollment, and that's it. You will be part of our community as a UM yan. And apart from that, we don't have school uniform. So you can enjoy your hashtag OOTD as long as di lang mo kuan sa rule, no, sa among dress code policy. And since 4 hours lang mo magstay sa UM, so you can enjoy your hashtag OOTD. And if you have your duty outside, you can go immediately to the school, no? So, dili na mo magproblema mag-plan siya the night before or prepare sa inyong uniform. So, where you are comfortable and where you are confident. So, that's the Open Education University. And aside from that, UM is the home of top-notchers for the span of 5 years before the pandemic. So this is from 2014 to 2019. We have more than 120 top-notchers, as what you can see now sa ating presentation, the smiling faces of these top-notchers, of these alumni. because the university president gives incentives to those who will top the board exam. Maybe you will be the next top notchers of the university. And it's a nice realization since di ba wala may naga-filter nga kanilang dapat ang makasulod sa inyong UM, dapat mga hawd na gyud ang makasulod sa UM, but still we produce a lot of top notchers, we produce a lot of competent graduates, we produce a lot of professionals and productive members of the society because we have this qualified and competent faculty. So they will hone you as an individual before mo graduate, dapat prepared na mo in the real world. So I think that's it. You can be assured that choosing UM will be the best decision you will ever make. So we have our last round of quiz. This is about the University of Mindanao. So please again visit menti.com. Okay. So visit menti.com. Okay, this is 5 questions. This is a 5 question quiz. So are you ready? So here's the code number 50366118. 50366118. Okay, so is everyone ready? Kindly join now and use your school name as your username, or you can indicate beside your name na lang yung school name. Let's wait for our participants in YouTube. Would like to acknowledge our participants from the Immaculate Heart of Mary Academy in Mati City and also Mati National Comprehensive High School. Welcome to our live webinar for Arts and Sciences programs. Okay, 15. Maybe we can start in 15, 14, 13, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and time's up. So let's start with our question number 1. UM offers quality, affordable, and blank education. Open, free, or exclusive? Okay, the correct answer is open education. Very good. So we are not offering free since we are a private university, but our tuition fee is affordable. Another question. Let me show pala muna the leaderboard. I think our top one is from Matihai, followed by Angel of Alabel National High School, Princess of Lasal Academy, Ryan of Alabel National High School, and Arian of Compostela, Kidapawan City National High School. So now let's have our question number 2. How much is the total assessment of UM per semester? 15 to 20, 25 to 30, or 30 and above? Time's up. Correct answer is 15 to 20. So very good, no? Naminaw good. This is our total assessment per semester. Mag-vary lang siya sa pila ka units ang kuhaon ninyo for the semester. So let's see our leaderboard. I think still our fastest is Angel, followed by Princess of Lasal, Jella of Carmen, Ryan of Alabel, and Gia of Matihai. Now let's have our third question. UM has how many terms in one sem? Three terms, two terms, or four terms? Okay, very good. Merong two terms in a SEM sa University of Mindanao. So, no? Hindi naminaw gyud mo, no? So, let's see our leaderboard. I think fastest is Jella of Carmen. So, she's now in the top two, followed by Ryan, Gia, and Princess. Now, leading to our fourth question. UM has school uniform and admission exam. True or false? Everyone has voted very good. The correct answer is false. So again, wala po kaming entrance exam and we don't have school uniform. So now let's see our leaderboard. Who is the fastest? Since isa lang yung nagkamali. Think Karen, no? Oh, Gia is our fastest. And Jella. So now, leading to our last question of this round, of the final round. So this is a bonus question. Walang mali dito na part. So I'm planning to enroll in UM. Yes or no? Thumbs up. Wow. So only one, no? Ang walang plano na mag-enroll sa UM. So ang sarap sa eyes, no, that 13 of our participants are planning to enroll in the University of Mindanao, and you are very welcome. So kindly visit our social media accounts for the future updates and announcements of our enrollment. So here is our final result of our Menti game. Our top five are Angel of Alabel, Jella, Carmen, Ryan, Umongos of Alabel, and Gia of Matihay, and Princess of Lasal Academy. Congratulations. Again, you please contact me through email so that you will be instructed on how to claim your prizes. Okay, so let's go back. So again, you can be assured that choosing University of Mindanao will be the best decision you will ever make. So kindly follow our social media platforms so that you will be notified of our enrollment procedures, scholarship program offerings, and other announcements and other future updates of the university. So we are now come to an end. So we would like to thank you for your participation and also to the teachers, immersion teachers, for allowing these students to participate in our free live webinar for Arts and Sciences program. So in behalf of the University of Mindanao, we would like to congratulate you in advance. Happy graduation day. Happy graduation day on your senior high education. So once again, good morning, and this is Glenn. Goodbye, everyone. And for our attendance pala, kindly accomplish this form. I will chat it in our chat box. This is our attendance so that you will receive the certificate of participations. Kindly accomplish this form. Okay. So kindly check our chat box. Nandun na sa ating chat box. And if you are